Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Johnny with OB Eats, where we take a deep dive into OB's food and drink culture. Today I'm here at Newport Pizza and Alehouse, famous for their slices, great beer selection, loved by locals and tourists alike. Today I'm joined here by the manager, Megan. So Megan, thanks so much for sitting down and chatting with us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, this really is one of my local hangouts, so I'm a little maybe biased when it comes to talking about Newport Pizza and Alehouse. I've probably spent hundreds of hours sitting up at the bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. What do you think it is about this spot that really attracts both a very dedicated local base and tourists coming in here?
Well, I think patio is obviously extremely appealing from the street aspect because you get to sit here and drink a beer and look at that view, which is hard to beat. But I mean, I think people also like it because when you walk in, you can obviously tell that as yourself and so many other regulars, they're here all the time. So I think it makes people feel comfortable kind of instantly, which is a good and a bad thing sometimes, you know, it goes both ways.
Sure, yeah, definitely. And I mean, sitting right here, and later on I'll turn the camera on so everyone can see. I'm sure most people watching are familiar with this, but yeah, you can see the water here, and I mean, really, it's some of the best people watching in all of OB, right?
It's a free show.
Yeah, free show all the time. As far as Newport Pizza and Alehouse, this place is really kind of a staple in OB. Can you tell us a little bit about how long it's been here, some of the changes it's gone through?
So it's been the same owner since 1984. They didn't do the craft beer thing originally because that's not something that's been around forever. But they always did pizza. It was 28-inch pizzas. We do 18-inch pies now.
Okay.
But same idea, baker's pride oven. Everything was by the slice. And in 2005, they kind of remodeled. Mike always had a patio. We've extended it though. We made it longer. But he's always had a patio out here. But 2005 is when they kind of remodeled and made it into a craft beer and craft pizza spot. Because they used to do Philly cheesesteaks, kind of simplified the recipe a little bit, and just really focused in on the pizza and the beer.
Okay, great.
So.
Now, the pizza, it really is well known. I mean, not just here in OB, it's like San Diego. It's like you want a good slice, you come here and, you know, you're back there flipping pies. It's like, come in and get a slice. What do you think what's the most famous slice usually that you're selling out of here?
I guess it depends on when you're asking me. So, I mean, cheese and pepperoni is obviously the tried and true. All the pizzas have names. So the pepperoni is an MC Hammer, a cheese is a Chuck Norris. Our Works, which has been called this for like 14 years, I'm just gonna say this now, is called the Donald Trump, because it's the Works.
It's the Works, right?
Yeah.
It's got it all.
True.
Yeah.
That one and the David Hasselhoff, which is a garlic olive oil based tomato ricotta basil.
Great.
So.
Okay. And obviously the beer selection in here, you have, how many taps do you have?
We have 24 taps. 24
taps.
Yeah.
I mean, constantly revolving. I mean, a lot of local breweries, but you're getting stuff from all over California, all over the country.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the interesting thing is watching the beer industry kind of change and shift and what people like. When I first started here, I would say that we definitely sold a lot more Belgian beers than we do now. We used to kind of have more Belgian beers on tap, but they just kind of fell off. People don't like them as much. So we don't do as many imports, but we still have a bunch of bottles to choose from. Obviously we blow through IPAs. A lot of it's local. I mean, how many breweries are there? 200?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy, isn't it?
I can't keep track. But so there's obviously no reason not to pour all kinds of different local stuff, and there's so much to choose from, so we're constantly rotating. You know, everything's switching, which is fun. You know, some of it's better than others, obviously, but it's always fun to try new stuff. And I think that's another reason that everybody constantly comes in, because they know that they always get to try something different.
Absolutely, keeps everything fresh.
Yeah.
So when you're not on that side making pizzas and managing the Alehouse, when you're sitting on this side of the bar, what kind of beer are you usually sitting down drinking?
An IPA.
An IPA?
For the most part. I mean, every so often I'll drink a sour. I used to drink a lot more sours, and I don't know. I just I don't know if I burn myself out, I don't know. But IPAs for the most part. I mean, every so often a good barrel-aged stout is obviously on point as well. So.
Absolutely. Now, you grew up in OB. You're an OBian to the core, right? Can you tell us a little bit about how you've seen OB change over the years?
Oh, it's gotten cleaner. I would say there's a lot more money in OB. You know, it's been a dramatic change. I think social media, all of that has had a huge part in blowing OB up. I mean, a prime example is the Arch, where we all grew up jumping off the Arch always. And then all of a sudden it goes on social media and you have people who don't know about tides and you know when to jump and stuff like that, and before you know it they have to stick lifeguards out there to ticket you. So it's just a lot more people, I guess, really.
Yeah. So do you think it is still kept its, I mean obviously the town really battles to keep the charm of keeping everything local. Do you think it's done a good job of keeping that feel while growing?
I think for the most part, yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think for a lot of these people that have been here a long time, the struggle's real. I mean, well, the overhead is so much now. I mean, and I think a lot of the older places that have a lot of the charm are the ones that are closing, not necessarily because they can't afford it. I just think that they're kind of tired and they decided it's somebody else's turn to do it. It's all for the better, you know, but it's just hard sometimes to watch all the changes, you know? I mean, some of the houses going up, it's all crazy.
Yeah, a lot of change, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Just
watching them take down some of those little places and throw these duplexes up and throw them all the way back. You're like, wow. It's people on people, it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe just another question, if somebody walks in here and they're looking other than Newport Pizza and they're like, where can I go to get a good beer? Just in the area, what are some of the places that you would maybe point them?
I definitely say the brewery. I mean, it is our sister company. I'm not saying it biased though. Jim, the brewer over there, is a fantastic brewer. He's won all kinds of awards and totally deserved. Jim's great. And they have a beautiful view too. And they have other guest taps. It's not like it's only their beer. I'm also biased with Pizza Port because they also make fantastic beer. So
absolutely,
Pizza Port makes great. Their pizza, you know,
biased opinion.
Yeah, but their beer, they make great beer.
Okay. And what if late night? If other than a slice of pizza, someone says it's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock after a night of having a couple beers, where might you recommend?
At 1 or 2 in the morning?
Yeah, it's late night.
It's slim pickings at that point.
Yeah.
All the places that used to stay open late, they all stopped doing it. We're open till 2 on Friday and Saturday, so you have that going for you.
How about 10 p.m.?
10 p.m. I know. Well, the AZ.
The AZ, yeah.
The AZ is good, you know. Otherwise, it's just you're seriously stuck with Regrettos over on Voltaire. After like 1, I don't know if there's anywhere open really on Newport anymore.
Yeah, closing a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, well, El Rodeo used to be open till like 2:30 in the morning. Yep. They don't do that. Mike's though, I think in the summer they're open till 2, so I'd say that.
All right, actually, I do have one last question. We talked about the change that's happening in OB. Is there one place specifically that is no longer here in OB that you miss?
Oh. You know, a spot that I loved that was really one of the nicest spots to go out and eat was the Vine. I loved the Vine.
That's where Raglan is now, right?
Brian owned the spot. He had a fantastic meal, and he only did bottles, but he had a great beer selection back then. He had that awesome, I don't know if you remember, you could walk in with the wine cellar. I loved the Vine. I thought that was such a cool spot. It was a great spot. So that's what I miss, really.
Yeah. Well, Megan, thanks so much. Tell us, anyone watching, what you guys got going on here, any specials, what you got going on here? Well,
we do happy hour Monday through Sunday. It's from 3 to 6, and you get a slice and a pint for $8. There's some exclusions to the beer, but I mean, you know, any standard beer goes with it. And then it's $4.50 for a slice and soda. And then locals night from 6 to 10, we do $2 off pints. And $10 in-house cheese pies as well. So
great deal.
Yeah.
So, well, there you have it. Get out there. The goal here is just keep stuff local. Go out there, grab a slice, grab a beer, eat local, drink local. Let's keep it in OB. So until next time, stay tuned. Again, my name is John with OB Eats, and we'll catch you next time. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.